your NBC Montana Severe Weather Alert Team forecast.
High pressure remains centered over western Montana and will continue to be the dominant feature of our weather for the next couple of days. It's centered off to our west, but we're still feeling the influence of it, driving the storm track north of our area. Now, what the high pressure is doing, it is creating those valley inversions, and west of the divide, all of these areas shaded in gray. We are looking at diminished air quality. We've seen that fluctuating up to around the moderate category, but we could continue to see that and continue to see conditions worsen. This includes places like Libby, Thompson Falls, Missoula-KECI-News Lake, and down into the Bitterroot Valley. These all continue. These air stagnation advisories continue until 5 a.m. on Friday. Fortunately, we are still looking at relatively quiet weather as we take live looks across western Montana. We are dealing with a little bit of low cloud cover towards Kalispell, down towards Flathead Lake. We've got those temperatures a little bit more mild there with that blanket of cloud cover. 19 right now in Kalispell, 12 in Missoula, 1 in Bozeman, 5 in Butte, areas where we're seeing those clear skies. Temperatures have been allowed to fall more readily and will continue to do so overnight tonight. 0 for that low in Bozeman, 1 below for both Butte and Missoula, 12 in Polson, 11 in Kalispell, with those clouds keeping those temperatures up. We could also see some freezing fog develop later on tonight, helping to reduce visibility down to a half mile or less and create a few icy spots. That's where we're picking up that 10% chance of precipitation in Kalispell, 11 o'clock at 8 o'clock. But by the time we get to noon, we're up to around 21 degrees. Only topping out in the upper 20s, those inversions, keeping those cold pools down at the surface. We're going to see similar conditions all up and down the US 93 corridor, especially 28 again for that high in Kalispell, 25 for Missoula. Same for Bozeman, still dealing with the cold air there. But take a look at Butte, a little bit higher in elevation, not dealing with those cold pools, all the way up to 41 degrees there, 35 in Deer Lodge, 33 in Seeley Lake. And outside of the clouds up in northwest Montana, we're going to be looking at mostly clear skies tomorrow and Thursday. But Thursday night and Friday, that's when we start to see some changes. We're going to see an increase in rain and snow chances through this weekend, especially for areas along and west of the divide. And looking at our regional future tracker, you can see those starting to show up in northwestern Montana, starting off as rain. But as we get into Saturday morning, we're going to see those snow levels rising. We're going to be looking at moderate to heavy mountain snow, but down in our valleys, depending on how strong those cold pools are, we could be talking about not only rain and snow mixed, but we could be talking freezing rain, and that could create some very tricky travel for Saturday morning. We're going to continue to see those snow showers. An Arctic front's going to dive through on Sunday into Monday, and that's going to combine with a plume of moisture down to the south. We could be talking about some heavy snowfall for the early parts of next week across parts of western Montana. Certainly stay tuned to the forecast as that will update. Cold temperatures are going to be the story behind that, though, as we drop down into the upper 20s or lower 20s and upper teens, pretty much area wide. Now, as we look in northwest Montana, those temperatures will start to moderate up to around 40 degrees on Friday in Polson. But then we see that storm system roll through, keeping things warmer on Saturday. Arctic cold front comes through Saturday night and into Sunday, bringing those temperatures down as we get into Groundhog Day, and they're only going to continue to fall from there. We're down to 26 in Butte as we get into Tuesday, single-digit lows. Laurel?